Welcome to another edition of the most consistent, prolific, and dedicated uploads in YouTube history. This is the Dynamic Sean's View Entertainment right here on YouTube.com. Make sure to like this video and subscribe with a major update as concerns the possibility of drug use being in the WWE in this current time. According to F4W Online, in a report that is making its rounds and is picking up a lot of momentum, a lot of steam over the last several minutes because it just came out. Since Randy Orton's 60-day suspension for a violation of WWE's talent wellness policy program in May 2012, only one talent has been officially punished for a drug-related infraction, Ricardo Rodriguez, in July 2013, which really caught me off surprise. Obviously, that didn't have to do with, you would think, steroids, because Ricardo Rodriguez doesn't possess that body of a Randy Orton or John Cena. Had to be something else. Although no WWE talent has been suspended for a wellness violation in over a year, which is a positive for the company, and which tells me that the WWE's program is definitely legit, that does not necessarily mean that the roster is completely drug-free, once again, according to Dave Meltzer in F4W Online. On Tuesday, UFC announced a statement on its website that 42-year-old fighter Kung Lee tested positive for an excess level of human growth hormone, HGH, following his fight at UFC Fight Night in China on August 23rd, and was being suspended from competition for 9 months. However, after revisiting the evidence against Lee, the UFC suspended him for a year. Dave Meltzer reported on the story on Wednesday in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, where he addressed the current state of drug use in WWE. So this is going to raise a lot of eyebrows. This is going to really open up your eyes to see what's going on behind the scenes. What are the WWE superstars to be in this great shape, physical peak performance? The six-pack abs, the flex. How do they look so good? How do they preserve that body? I mean, how can they go to the gym every single day knowing that they're always on the road, they're always, in a hotel room, they're in a different city, a different state every single night? How do they keep their bodies up? How do they maintain it? Well, to cast some more depth into the story, Meltzer has cast doubt on the WWE talent roster being completely clean. In March, he was asked on the radio show whether the lack of drug test failures in recent years means that the WWE locker room is now substance-free, and responded, "You shouldn't believe that the roster has been clean for 2 years. I wouldn't even believe 2 weeks." Now, this is only speculation. There is no facts. This is just a myth. This is just something made up, from someone's mind. I mean, I could come on here and say, well, no WWE superstar has had drugs, but it doesn't necessarily mean they have or they haven't. Once again, the proof is in the pudding once the WWE lets this stuff be known. Although WWE bans the non-medical use of HGH, talents aren't tested for it. HGH can only be picked up in blood testing, not the standard urine testing, which is why athletes in most sports use it with impunity. According to Meltzer, there is also the case in WWE, as some talents circumvent with the drug testing policy by using high dosages of HGH combined with low dosages of testosterone, also which is prohibited. Within the bodybuilding world, this is known as a stack. 2 or more supplements are taken of the same time in order to increase their overall effectiveness compared to the effectiveness of one supplement alone. For those who are using performance-enhancing drugs to beat WWE testing, the standard stack is to use low dosage of testosterone and higher dosages of HGH, because HGH, as far as enhancing a physique and gaining strength, works far better in synergy with a steroid to enhance its effects. The low doses of testosterone can keep one below the ratio, Meltzer stated. Meltzer received this information from sources within WWE after attending the February 7th live event in Oakland, California, headlined by John Cena versus Randy Orton, and being stuck at how obviously enhanced more guys were that I had noticed on TV. He noted on the F4W Online message board, asking around, "I was told exactly how they beat the system. GH with low dosage of test. Usually take it on Wednesday. That's out of the system within a few days to beat the tests." Last year, WWE quietly changed its policies to allow therapeutic use exceptions for banned substances and introduced a redemption program that would enable performers who have violated the policy twice to get one of their 2 strikes removed. In addition to Orton, currently employed talents who have been suspended due to one or more violations are Booker T, Darren Young, Dolph Ziggler, Heath Slater, Mike Chioda, Rey Mysterio, Ryback, and William Regal. But notice that John Cena wasn't on that list, because I can guarantee a lot of people are going to come on and say, "Oh, John Cena's a steroid freak. All he does is take steroids. He shoots it up." I don't necessarily believe that. John Cena has went on record in interviews recently and stated that he does not do that. Although there was this news report that tried to miscue John Cena's words and make it sound like he was using steroids. Now, once again, we have no proof of this, okay? There is no proof. We cannot say 110% sure that, oh, Randy Orton and John Cena are both using steroids. And how do they keep up these great physiques? How do they have the six-pack? How do they have the eight-pack? How do they look so good? How do they look to be in model shape? How do they perform at the level they do? They're in that ring and they're getting hurt. They're getting beat up. They're getting banged up. Well, you know what? The body wasn't made to go through that. So, I mean, you could assume, you could make up something that maybe something's going on there that maybe they can cover it up. But once again, we don't have the proof of that. There can be blood tests. There can be urine tests. There's certain ways to go around it, obviously. Okay, but I mean, these guys are determined. These guys are driven. These guys have a will to win. They love the WWE. But let's not get away from the story. The fact of the matter is, this report seems like a lot of speculation. There is no proof. There is no facts. So that's what I'm going off of. And I'm not going to come on here and speculate on who takes steroids and who doesn't. I just respect the fact that John Cena, Randy Orton, and guys of that caliber, Roman Reigns, they go out there and, albeit they may not be the best wrestlers, okay? They're not a Daniel Bryan or a Seth Rollins, but hell, they still go out there, they perform, and they give it their all. And, going through what they go through on a night-to-night basis, you know what? Sometimes a man's going to do what a man's going to do. But once again, I'm not saying anything that they're doing anything or not. It is what it is. As long as, if they are doing anything, that's their business. And once again, the wear and tear, it catches up to you. And sometimes there comes a time when you got to do something about it. Subscribe.